Okay. This briefly stores and processes selected information from the sensory registers. Yes, sir. B. Many contemporary psychologists perceive memory as a series of steps in which we process information. Together, these steps form the blank of memory. Is it the sensory registers, the information processing model, visions, or visual and auditory registers? I can repeat that if you want. Yeah, okay. Many contemporary psychologists perceive memory as a series of steps in which we process information. Together, these steps form the blank of memory. Sensory registers, information processing model, visions, or visual and auditory registers. Information processing model, good job. Brian, Santiago. This is the portion of long-term memory that stores general facts and information.
Anybody know?
I think it's implicit memory.
No?
Implicit memory or explicit memory? I think it's explicit memory.
Explicit memory?
No. Sabrina? This is the portion of long-term memory that stores general facts and information. Semantic memories, good job. Abrar? Not being able to immediately recall a word is known as what? When you're this close, you know it, but what's that known as?
TOT, tip of the tongue. TOT, tip of the tongue.
I'm sorry? Nope. Alfredo.
Is it TOT,
Tip of the tongue.
tip of tongue?
Tip of the tongue phenomenon, yep. Does that ever happen to anyone?
Yes, constantly.
Liz. This is going to be long-winded, okay? I'll repeat it if you need it. Students in a psychology experiment were exposed to 3 nonsense syllables for a very short period of time and then asked to recall them. If the instructions to recall the syllables came immediately, the students were usually successful. If the instructions came even 1 second after the syllables were shown, the students were much less successful. The most plausible explanation for this phenomenon in the latter case is what? The information never made it to the sensory registers. It faded after being stored in short-term memory. The information was already stored in short-term memory, or it faded after being stored in short-term memory. All right, yeah. Okay, so a group of students in a psychology experiment were asked to recall a group of syllables. If I showed you the syllables and immediately asked you to recall them, you were more successful than if I made you wait a little bit and then recall.
Nope.
What is that telling us? Why did that happen? Was it because that information never made it to the sensory registers? It faded after being stored in short-term memory? It faded before being stored in short-term memory? Or it was already stored in short-term memory? Okay. Nope. Sabah.
Mnemonic.
What?
Mnemonic.
Mnemonics? Nope. That wasn't one of the choices. Brian? Nope. Yes, we got it. Nope. All right. Let's again.
It was already faded.
Say again.
It was already faded before it.
Nope. All right. Let's go together. Ready? right, remember those.
I already forgot.
We'll get right back to that.
Oh, that's very-
Joseph. This is defined as the inability to recall information shortly after an injury. Yes. Okay, who can recall the list for me? Hang on. Let me pull it up. Because I
Man, bike,
Coat.
All right, who's got it? Trey?
It was man, bike, circle, cat, coat, tree, boat.
Good for you. Anyone? Okay, anyone else? Well, I want to see if you forget what he just said. Does anyone else have it?
Man, bike, circle, cat, coat, tree, boat.
Good. All right, so the whole point of that was, they're saying that usually if I wrote them down and then immediately erased them and had said, what did I write? You guys would obviously have a better memory of it than if we moved on to something else and then came back. And the reason for that is because it faded before being stored in short-term memory. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. How many of you guys, for example, when someone tells you their phone number, how do you guys remember what it is, other than storing it in your phone?
I repeated it, repeating it.
Yeah. Do you know what that is according to our textbook?
Rote rehearsal.
Rote rehearsal. Good job. All right. Ariana. This occurs daily. It interferes with long-term memory. For example, when you get a new phone number, you have difficulty recalling your previous phone number. What is that known as? Nope. Diomara?
Proactive interference.
Say it again.
Proactive interference.
Close. Waylon? Want me to repeat it? This occurs daily and it interferes with your long-term memory. For example, when you get a new phone number, you have difficulty recalling your previous one. Yeah. How many of you have had multiple cell phone numbers in your lifetime? Okay. And how many of you are able to recall every phone number you've ever had? I can't remember any of them. I mean, some people can, but most people probably can't.
What was the answer?
Yeah.
The answer was retroactive interference.
Retro what?
Active interference.
What was the answer for the, after the injury?
Retrograde amnesia is defined as the inability to recall information shortly after an injury. Okay, other than Trey, can anyone remember what the second to last item on the list was?
Tree.
You guys are defeating me. All right, because the next question is, and it's for Mohammed. When asked to recall a list of unrelated items, performance is better for the items at the beginning of the list. What is this known as? Serial position effect. Christian. This is a technique known as, this is a technique used to make material easier to remember. Roy G. Biv is an example, so we can remember the colors of the rainbow. Mnemonics. Yes. Does anyone else know any other than Roy G. Biv?
Bum dash?
I'm sorry?
Bum dash?
What's that one?
It's like some math thing with like bracket
Okay.
or multiplication thing.
Anyone else have one? Anyone remember my very educated mother just served us 9 pizzas? Do you remember the order of the planets? No? Do you have a loan on that one? Okay. Let's see. Nate? The failure to notice something in plain sight is known as this. Yeah.
What is it?
Inattentional blindness. Let's see. Oxiana. Using repetition and deliberate practice to master skills and habits is essential to what kind of memory? Episodic, semantic, emotional, or procedural?
Can you say it again?
Yeah, using repetition and deliberate practice to master skills and habits is essential to what kind of memories? Episodic, semantic, emotional, or procedural?
One more time?
Using repetition and deliberate practice to master skills and habits is essential to what kind of memories?
Procedural?
Yes. Can someone give me an example of something that you needed to use procedural memory?
Riding a bike.
Riding a bike, tying a shoe, tying a tie, brushing your teeth, okay. Yeah. Taking out the toothbrush, putting on the toothpaste. Anyone else have anything?
Making out a pocket.
Making a hot pocket? Okay. Where do they go? Jessica? Where are you? Hi. Elderly people suffering from Alzheimer's disease have damage to which part of the brain?
I don't know how to say that one.
Spell
The HIPPO.
it. Yep, hippocampus. Good job. Hippocampus is the answer. Savona, this is defined as the ability to recall things we've learned, experienced, or imagined.
Retrograde amnesia.
Nope. Lewis. Want to repeat it? Say it again. Nope. Abrar? Memory. Correct. Javier.
I thought you said
This is a
inability.
computer-like model used to describe the way humans encode, store, and retrieve information. Information processing model. Good job. Hey, Sam? Tim is studying for a test. After 7 consecutive hours of studying, he finds that he can remember what he just finished studying, but can no longer remember what he studied 5 or 6 hours ago. Tim's memory problems are best explained by what? Retroactive interference, proactive interference, memory diffusion, or retrograde amnesia.
Retroactive interference?
Yes. Good job. Which of the following statements is true? Almost all memories are primarily stored in the brainstem. Or, all memories are stored in one place in the brain. Or, different parts of the brain are specialized for storage of memories. Or, memories are randomly distributed throughout the brain. I can repeat it if you need me. Okay.
I don't know.
Which of these is true? Almost all memories are primarily stored in the brainstem. All memories are stored in one place in the brain. Different parts of the brain are specialized for the storage of memories, or memories are randomly distributed throughout the brain.
The third one.
Yes. Different parts of the brain are specialized for the storage of memory. Alfredo, which psychologist made use of nonsense syllables?
Evenus? I don't know how to say it.
Ebbinghaus, correct.
What was that?
Ebbinghaus?
No, but what was the question or the definition?
What psychologist made use of nonsense syllables? The answer was Ebbinghaus. Brandon, this part of the brain plays a pivotal role in the formation of a new long-term semantic and episodic memory. What part of the brain? Yeah, this part of the brain plays a pivotal role in the formation of a new long-term semantic and episodic memory. Yes. Alright, that's all I got.
What was the last answer?
Hippocampus.